ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another 2-in-1 Marvel Legends action figure review. Today we're going to look at the Disney Plus Marvel Studios X-Men 97 series, Cyclops and Jean Grey. I love the Fox Kids X-Men animated series from back in the 90s. I binge watched the whole series as soon as I got Disney Plus, and I am excited for this series as well. Nice artwork on the side right over there, looking pretty cool. Nothing on the side. Of course, on the back you can see product shots of each character, and then there's product shots of all the characters from the wave. Nothing on the side, top or bottom. So let's get to it and crack these things open. And if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here are the figures out of the packaging. And I gotta be honest with you, the new tooling for the Jean Grey figure had just slipped my mind. Actually, having this in hand right over here, I'm pretty stoked about it. I think this is just already the best version of Jean Grey in this kind of suit. I don't know, there's some added details here that I'm not used to seeing. The Cyclops figure, reuse from the first animated version, which I still love, but we don't have the added cell shading, obviously. So anyway, let's get a closer look at each of these figures. We'll start with Cyclops. So we do get two new head sculpts for Cyclops, and while I do like the gold plastic right here for the visor, I don't really like the head sculpt so much. It looks like he's got like peach lip gloss or something, I don't know. And his jaw looks like it's a bit thinned out. This is our last animated Cyclops figure that we got from Hasbro, and you can see we have a stronger jaw over here. This one, he looks a little bit more boyish, a little bit younger. I like the added expression, but it's just the way the jaw is sculpted over here. The hair looks pretty good. I can't really complain too much about the hair, even though I do prefer the hair on this figure more so I'll show off a head swap later on. We do have an alternate head where you have the optic blast shooting out of his face, and then you can see we have this effect piece which we've seen before, and you could go ahead and just plug that in, and it looks pretty cool. So I do like this. Getting more of these would be nice though, wouldn't it? I'd like to see more optic blasts. As far as the rest of the figure goes, yeah, it's pretty much the same thing as what we saw before with this one. We do have this added detail with these little black lines right over here. I love that Hasbro is getting more and more detailed with their paint apps, but you will notice on the rest of the figure over here, we don't have any added paint detail aside from the little bit of black right over there. No shadowing effect or anything like that, which would have been pretty cool to have. So that is a bit unfortunate, but you could see, you know, over time they have developed a great Jim Lee style Cyclops figure. You know, we don't have loose straps all over the place. These are all molded in. Same thing with the wrists right here. You do get interchangeable hands, so he has his relaxed hands right over here. And he also comes with a set of fist hands, and he only comes with one left Jean Grey pleasure pose right over there. And then you can see the boots right over here at the bottom. Would have been nice to see some kind of paint detail, some kind of black shading somewhere, but it is supposed to be an animated looking Cyclops, so yeah, I get it. Jean! And then we have our Jean figure, and the face looks great. I love the detailed paint apps on here. I think they're doing a really good job with this paint over here. It looks fantastic. And then we have this little light blue section right there in the middle of the forehead. Her hair looks very animated style and everything. This will pop off when you swap the heads, so that is frustrating, but I love having the ponytail articulation, so I think it's a fair enough trade-off. I'm happy to have it. And you can see, we get the pinless double-jointed elbows, a little patch thingy right over there. She does come with a set of wide-open hands. She does come with one right fist hand and one left telepath hand, and I really like this hand a lot. I wish she got two of them. I really do. This is my favorite hand to have her pose with. It looks very, very cool. I'm used to seeing these a whole bunch, so yeah, even though these may be new too, I'm not certain about that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have seen these before. When you tilt them upward, it is annoying. You can see that blue pin in there, or that blue ring shape, and yeah, that is a little bothersome, so try to tilt the hands a little bit like that, but yeah, it's there. No torso articulation right here until you get to the waist, but the deco looks really good. No shadowing or anything for this orange section. And while we're not seeing any paint detail on these legs or anything, I do like that they're sculpted with all these lines. The design has gotten a facelift compared to the previous version. You can see this only has like a couple of these little rectangle things sculpted on the side. You can see the little pins sticking out over there. This one, not so much. Nice and clean with the pinless. A lot of these newly sculpted lines throughout over here. I like how they're able to keep the thickness of the legs fairly consistent, you know. Actually, it might be a little bit thicker on these newer ones, but not by a whole lot. But yeah, I think it looks all right. I like it. You know, shadowing effect is always preferred, but it doesn't look bad to me. I do like the added seams. And for you filthy cochinos, yeah, they did flatten this out over here on the nalgas. The Rogue, though, unlike in the show, she does have the nalgas, but yeah, this one, not so much. So at least this one's accurate to the 90s show, but I guess Rogue should have these ones instead. Anyway, we do get the other head sculpt over here, which I like having the disc hinge in there. And this head sculpt looks really good too. It looks like this is her look for the 97 series, so cool, you know. I like the ponytail, but this looks awesome as well. Really nice detail on the face over here. Hasbro has really been crushing it with this photoreal tech on our comic and cartoon figures. The hair does look a little flat, and it's following through with that style, so it doesn't really bother me. So I'm gonna pass on the Cyclops articulation. We know how that works, but we have a new Jean Grey right over here. Now with this head sculpt, you are not going to get a lot of range of movement as far as getting her to look up. She will shift down a little bit, and even turning side to side, it's always tricky. The head's trying to pop off every time I do that. So taking that off and putting on the other one with the ponytail, which again, I love that we have rotation over here for the ponytail. And I popped it off again, but yeah, it rotates around. You can turn the head side to side, of course. It pivots a bunch, and she can look up that far, and you can get her to look down that much. She does have shoulders that could rotate all the way around. I like how these shoulder pads are attached, that same Iron Man tech. And then you can see they move outward, move all the way in, bicep swivel, great pinless double jointed elbows, all the hands turn side to side and hinge up and down, no mid-torso articulation. You only get the waist cut right here. I don't know how much of a fan I am of this, but for this figure, I'm not hating it. Just to be honest, it's not really pissing me off. And there's quite a range of movement over here. Now, if you lift up too far, you're going to get some gappage. You can see how the plastic's kind of smeared and kind of dented or something right there. So it can be a little bit weird. And by the way, this blue section is a separate piece. It's not just painted on there. It is a separate plastic piece. So I do like that. And then the hips do move outward very far, and she can kick up that much and back a tiny bit, if anything at all. There goes the ponytail. Upper thigh cut, pinless, double jointed knees. By the way, heat these figures up before you pose them around. That definitely helps. And then you could bend the ankles down, up, and she has beautiful ankle pivot. Now to measure out these two figures, you can see that Jean Grey's standing just a bit over 6 inches tall, and we have Cyclops here on the Vulcan body mold standing right at 6.5 inches tall. So not too many size comparisons for you guys. We have the Fox Kids X-Men figure with the extra paint added right there, as well as the Jean Grey from the 90s X-Men cartoon next to these two new X-Men 97 figures. And this Jean Grey figure is such a huge improvement compared to this one right over here. I mean, not only do we have the upgrade with articulation, but the belt and these forearm pieces right over here, those are all attached to the figure. Those are not just loose on there. So yeah, I think this is a definite upgrade. I really do like this. Oh yeah, and let's do a little head swap over here. So I just want to see how this Fox Kids old school Cyclops head sculpt, even though it's not really an old figure, fits on here. And of course it's gonna fit, but it looks pretty cool. I think this is the best Cyclops figure we can get right now. I really like that head sculpt. I mean, there is a little bit of that, mustard yellow on the side of it right there. I guess I could eventually wipe that off if I really wanted to, or you could do that if you want to, but that's a pretty cool Cyclops figure. If you want to see this older Jean Grey head on this figure right here, we can do that as well. And that fits really loose on there, kind of like how this one does. They're both very bobbleheady, but they're to scale. It works if you want that instead of just the way they came. And then here's Cyclops and Jean Grey next to just some of the Wave 1 X-Men 97 figures from Marvel Legends. We have Storm, Wolverine, Rogue, and Gambit. And then here's Cyclops and Jean Grey next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Ooh, beautiful redhead. Happy National Women's Day to you. I wonder if I could... Whoa! So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Even though I forgot to mention, I do wish the Jean Grey figure came with some telekinesis effects or telepathy effects. Some effects for that figure would have been really nice to have. But yeah, aside from me forgetting to mention that earlier, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, we'll show some love to the channel by simply clicking that like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. A lot of my viewers have not hit that subscribe button. And if you feel inclined to do so, please go ahead and share this video to the world. This channel needs all the views it can get, so why not help out, huh? Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, and these figures are okay. I actually really do dig the Cyclops figure, just a little bit less than I thought I was going to, just because, I don't know, there's something about his face just looks awfully boyish. It looks a little bit extra young or whatever, I don't know. But hey, having that, you know, the 90s cartoon head sculpt on there looks pretty sweet, right? So I do like having that, and yeah, it's mostly the same figure, but I love Cyclops, and I don't mind having the other Cyclops to go with this. I don't know. It's, even though this one's just far better overall, right? So this is probably the very best Cyclops that we can get to date, and I believe this is definitely the very best Jean Grey figure, body mold anyway, that we can get to date. Even though I do prefer having the Love Triangle 3-pack on my comic shelf, so this is not going to replace my comic version, but I really do like this Jean Grey figure quite a bit. And I really gotta say, you know, so far with this X-Men 97 wave, I'm pretty happy. So at the price point of around $25 per figure, I'm gonna give them different ratings. I'm gonna give the Cyclops figure a sud rating of and then Jean Grey gets a sud rating of
I love it!
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com, and don't forget to follow me over on social media via Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on Whatnot. We got a live stream next week on Whatnot, and I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face is in my shot.